Welcome to Canner Camp Day 7. Today's technology application that I'm going to share with you is an oldie but a goodie. We're talking about Symbaloo. Symbaloo is a customizable visual bookmarking web tool that allows users to group links in logical groupings. Each bookmarked link is called a tile, and a page of tiles is called a webmix. Users can drag and drop tiles to organize them into a logical, convenient, and practical manner. Users can view public webmixes authored by others, and they can share their own webmixes out. Webmixes can be used as a homepage, as a page of class resources, or as a project or unit resource. To access specific resources within a webmix, a user simply clicks on a tile. Symbaloo is a free tool that requires an account to author webmixes. But with a premium account, users, and specifically teachers, can author what are called Symbaloo lesson plans. But we'll get into that in a minute. So here's my account with a number of various webmixes, and you can see them all listed at the top as tabs. The webmixes with a padlock, like this one, belong to other users who share them publicly via Symbaloo's user community. The others are webmixes that I authored, so these ones without the padlocks are mine. So let's take a look at some of them. So this is my personalized classrooms webmix, and on here I have a number of things that can help you personalize learning to the students. So I've got Khan Academy, and I've got some TED Ed videos. I've got some badging resources. I've got some QR code and augmented reality type resources. I have a gamification and badges webmix. This is a webmix that was put together by somebody else. It's their EDU dashboard. So everything they need for education that they use is here. So it's a good resource for me to have just to check in and see some of the resources that they have found. I have one on Google Apps. I have one on classroom organization, which I've just begun. This is my SAMR and TPAC webmix that I'm in the beginning stages of. I have one for Biglerville High School. And you can see that you can personalize the backdrop behind each of your tiles in your webmix. I have one that I used for marketing for their final project, some ideas that I wanted to share with the kids. Somebody else provided a student tools webmix, and I have a formative assessment webmix that I've put together. So these are some formative assessment sites here. These are forms, or can use these for polls. These two can be used for online discussion boards or video feedback. Clickers is another kind of game. And then here are some other tools that can be used for formative assessment. Over here is my home screen that I can add some more stuff to, or I can go right to a webmix. I can add a new webmix if I want here. So I've actually just started a graduate course on educational research. So I'm going to call it So I'm taking this course at York College, Pennsylvania, and it's course number 501, and it's called Educational Research. Within my naming format, I'm only allowed so many characters, so I've had to abbreviate this a little bit. And I'm just going to add this. And so from here, I can add what is called a tile. Now let me go back to my formative assessment. You see the 501 is added up here. Let me go back to my formative assessment for a second. So each one of these is called a tile, and the entire board here is called a webmix. So if I wanted to go to, say, Quizlet Live, I would just click on Quizlet Live, and it takes me to a Quizlet where I would sign in and I could get to Quizlet Live. If I wanted to go to Flipgrid, I just click on this tile, and it takes me right to Flipgrid where I would log in. So it's a form of bookmarking, but it's visual so that I can group certain things together based on types. So again, these are gaming review type tools. These are my poll type tools. Again, my video discussion tools. And right now, these are just my quote other tools. So to add a tile, I'm going to go back to my 501 tab. To add a tile, I simply click on a tile, and then I can put in a website. So I'm going to put in the website for Canner Camp. So I'm on the Canner Camp website. I'm going to copy the URL, and I'm going to go back to my Symbaloo board. I'm going to click on a tile. I can create a tile. I can search a tile, or I can browse by categories. So I'm just going to create a tile. I'm going to type in the website, the name for my tile. I'm going to call Canner Camp. I can choose to show the text or not. It gives me a little preview as I've been going along. So it knows based on the web address that this is a Schoology resource. I'm going to show my text. I can color it if I want. I can choose to change my text color down here if I want. If I don't want to use their icon provided, I can upload my own. So because this is Cantor Camp, I'm going to go find my Cantor Camp logo. Let's just make sure this is it. Yes, it is. So I'm going to click on that, and it gives me a preview, which is pretty darn small. So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger here. Let me just speed through this. Okay, I'm going to use this selection and add it to my tile, and there you can see Cantor Camp. So once I have my tile looking the way I want, I scroll down and I can click on Save. And there's my Cantor Camp. Now if I click on this, it will take me right to the start page of Cantor Camp. So again, you could put all of the resources that you're going to use for a class in an entire semester or an entire year into one of these web mixes. You could put in all the resources that students are going to need for a project or for a specific unit, and then you can share these out. So to share this, I would just simply click Share. They also have what are called Symbaloo lesson plans. See the resources below to find out more about them. Now they do come only with a premium account, which is about $49 a year. But check out the videos below to see what the lesson plans are before you totally discount whether you want to have this premium account or not.